Welcome everybody, Flash and I'm here. Today's video will be on the Flash season, well, non-season, just an explanation on a plot hole that many of you guys have asked me to explain, and I will be explaining it in this video, so stay tuned and subscribe and share around. So the plot hole of Barry Allen and when will he create Gideon is very confusing, like, because if Barry does not make Gideon in any time in the future, anytime, he will be, like, Gideon will be erased from existence, in my opinion, in what I think, due to the timing he was meant to create it. Due to the Reverse Flash and the Flash having their fight on the night of Barry's mother dying, due to the Reverse Flash stabbing her in the heart, took place on the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, which was meant to originally happen in the 2024 timeline, which has now been moved down to 2019. Therefore, Barry must create Gideon around Crisis on Infinite Earths time, which will be in the next upcoming months. So if Barry does not create Gideon, will she disappear? There's been many rumours that Gideon is a time paradox due to they can't go back in time and take Gideon off the Reverse Flash because that would screw up the timeline. So many people are saying she is a time paradox like the Reverse Flashes, which is very confusing, the whole Reverse Flash timeline. But I will do a video on that if you guys would like me to explain his timeline. So when will he create it? Well, he's meant to be creating it around the Crisis time, which would be in the next upcoming months, but it's future tech which isn't been created yet in this current timeline. So where's Barry gonna get it from? This also brings it up to another point in how does Barry eventually create it, and why does he create it, and how did Rip Hunter ever get Gideon? Well, Gideon was given to Rip Hunter, I do believe, by Barry Allen after he makes it, so then he knows all about the timeline, and this moves on to the 2056 message, which people are saying, how did he send it if he goes missing in 2019, if Crisis in 2019? Well, that's due to a timeline change and Flashpoint, which is an excuse for everything, well, a lot in the show. Which makes you think, if he disappeared in 2019, why was the 2056 message? Well, the 2056 message could have been sent from the future, where Barry gets trapped in the future. That was where he vanishes and can't get back. That's like the same as the Reverse Flash in season 1. So yeah, Gideon is currently potentially a paradox, so that she can't be erased from existence. But also people have been saying, why would Barry make the device, well, Gideon, when they already have a version of it? Maybe leading up to Crisis, they will interfere with a problem where Gideon stops working, and Barry eventually needs to make it, or Barry accidentally travels to the future and finds future Barry Allen, where he can talk to him, where he creates Gideon in the present through talking to future Barry Allen after being trapped during Crisis, which is a potential possibility. But how did Reverse Flash get Gideon? Well, Reverse Flash will have got Gideon due to it would have been future tech that was made by Barry Allen and probably invented and released from Star Labs, which Reverse Flash eventually got it and brought it back to the original timeline in 2014, and that's where we first saw her appear. And then late in season 1 we found out it was made by Barry Allen. So in conclusion, I do think it will be created around Crisis time in a few months due to Barry going into the future, but we may never get it explained. The 2056 message, I think that timeline's been erased, and yeah, subscribe for more.